What's up, Leaderboard? Nikki here.
And I'm Kate, and we are talking all about the Nintendo Switch. It was announced mid-October, and ever since there's been rumors flying everywhere. Now we know there's a live stream event happening on January 12th with news on the price and the release date. We know it's March 2017, but what else are we gonna find out?
Are we gonna find out about what's coming in the lineup for launch day? We're gonna talk a lot about the predictions, what we wanna see with the Switch when it comes out in March. So let's jump into it.
So right off the bat, we know that there's been a ton of rumors and a ton of leaks, but this video is more about what we are looking for in the launch of the Nintendo Switch.
So we got that awesome trailer. Right away, I have to say that it kind of was like filmed like a movie.
It really was.
Right? We haven't seen anything live demonstrations or anything like that. But just from what we see in the trailer, you know, the portability of it, the controller coming apart, I was thinking right off the bat, let's talk about Virtual Console.
Virtual Console? You're gonna skip right to that? You don't want to talk about the lineup of Nintendo Switch games?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, Nintendo Switch games, but then like, what I want to see is just like Virtual Console lineup. Not that Nintendo has launched with like pre-installed and preloaded Virtual Console before, but I think Switch having the portability, you can play games like Animal Crossing, GameCube. You could play Double Dash.
That's a good point.
You can play Smash Brothers Melee, the fan favorite in the franchise.
Well, so I was actually gonna say, what if they launched with not only GameCube Virtual Console, but like their, you know, entire NES library or their entire Super Nintendo library, N64. You know, in the past, Nintendo's launched a new console, then they slowly released these games over time. Why not just say, you know what, here's the whole library available day one. You can purchase any game from the Super Nintendo lineup. All 3 Donkey Kong countries, Super Mario World, you know, whatever. So I guess we're wishful thinking. We want them to be like, hey, all those old games you used to play, they're available day one with the Nintendo Switch. But here's all the cool new games we also offer.
I think the big thing for release dates now is having bundles that are worth it.
Bundles, yeah.
What game is it gonna come with? What kind of controllers am I gonna get? What kind of exclusive content am I gonna get? I'm thinking about last year, not even 2016, 2015, Black Friday, Smash Splat Wii U. Right?
Oh, right, when they had that.
Right?
Yes.
And in the trailer, you see them playing Splatoon, and I guess like in a, maybe it was a world competition, I have no idea. But I was thinking, people already saw the screenshots and like, oh my god, that's a new weapon, that's a new skin, it must be Splatoon 2. What if they were playing Splatoon 1.5?
Yeah, like a remastered version.
Yeah, you can add a new map in there, you can add the new skins and new weapons and stuff like that, and Splatoon is one of those games that you play one person per console, and why not bring the portability to Splatoon?
Exactly, yeah, and I think, absolutely, I think there's some sort of bundle, and like within that trailer we saw a cool new updated Splatoon, we saw a cool new updated Mario Kart 8, where instead of one item, there's 2 items for some reason.
Double Dash.
And then we also saw a brand new Mario title, which we know very little about. You know, we have like a couple seconds of gameplay. So, you know, that's really interesting. And then, of course, Breath of the Wild. Is that going to be a launch title? We're not sure just yet. None of that's been confirmed, but it's definitely going to be confirmed. Question to you is, which of these games? So you're putting your money on Splatoon?
I love Splatoon. I don't know about you, but I would play Splatoon all the time.
Of course.
Around last summer, I would play
all the time
often.
for some reason.
Yeah, and I would love to see Splatoon. I would love to see it with controls. One thing actually about that is the motion controls included. Is it not included?
What's that going to be like?
What's that going to be like?
What's that gonna be like?
Yeah, I would love to see that. And again, the trailer was filmed in such a way like a movie. I'm not sure how much of that was just made for the trailer.
Right.
You know? Who knows if that Mario is even a game?
If it exists, or you know, if Skyrim is actually coming to the game.
Exactly. These are all assumptions and predictions, and we won't know. We will definitely find out in 2017 throughout the entire year as games start rolling out. But if I can put money on it, I would love to see Splatoon 1.5.
Sure, absolutely. I'm totally in your boat on that one. I'm really hoping for a Splatoon at launch. Also, hoping for some version of Smash at launch.
Yes.
You know, I want to buy a Nintendo Switch and be comfortable with a number of games. I don't want to buy it and be like, well, I have 2 games to play. You know, that's kind of some weird drought that I had with the Wii U. You know, and it was like, here's a game, and like here's Wind Waker, which you've played before, and like there's some weirdness there. Now, in order to make predictions, I think it's important to look at Nintendo's history, right? So if we think about the way Nintendo consoles have launched in the past, not handhelds, but consoles. Look at the Nintendo 64. It launched with Super Mario 64. Now look at the GameCube. didn't launch with the Mario title, but it did launch with Luigi's Mansion. Then you look at the Wii, it launched with Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, even though that was technically a GameCube game.
Correct.
But they pushed that, launched with a Zelda title. Wii U launched with the new Super Mario Brothers, U platformer. It wasn't like Galaxy 3 or anything like that, so not the best launch, but, I'm thinking we're definitely going to get a Mario or a Zelda. We have to.
Actually, the Wii launched with Wii Sports.
The Wii launched with Wii Sports, that's correct.
So I'm thinking predictions are Nintendo Switch Sports.
No. With the Joy-Cons.
No, with the whole console.
Well, yeah.
Because again, I don't know how the motion controls are embedded in there.
Let's talk about that. On January 12th, are we going to get more information about the hardware, about those Joy-Cons? Is there going to be accessories they're going to talk about? Nintendo is notorious from their accessories, right? We've gotten so many like weird peripherals, like the Wii wheel and like.
Yeah, I need all of those. I need a steering wheel for my NX Switch.
That's what I'm saying. Like, are we gonna get that stuff? Like, I know there's rumors about like a VR like headset to put the thing on your face and use the Joy-Cons as.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's like a lot.
All rumors.
It's all rumors, right? So I guess we'll find out January 12th.
But just staying in the realm of Nintendo and their IPs, like you said, Mario and Zelda launch. I think, we're so hyped on the Zelda because we've seen all of this in production. Nothing about Mario and a new Mario. So it sounds like Zelda's just about ready to go. So why not? Why wouldn't they launch with that?
Exactly. So let's talk about this. There's the Wii, right? Then there's the Wii U, and now we have the Switch, which is not an iteration of the Wii, right? Not necessarily. However, ever since the Wii era, like with Wii Sports, we got introduced to these things called Miis. And they've been around forever, and they're kind of like a staple for like Nintendo avatars. We even got Miitomo, most recently on the mobile.
Yeah,
right.
And also other companies have kind of like imitated it.
Exactly.
Just having these cartoony avatars.
So in this new generation of Nintendo, do they keep the Miis or do they ditch them?
Do they keep the community? The Miiverse community with
Miiverse.
all your doodles and your boards
and
just
stamps and all that stuff?
Yeah, like it didn't necessarily make or break a game, but it was nice additional content to have, like finding those stamps in, say, Woolly World or all the Mario games.
Oh, exactly. And so, that's the big question. And like in Mario Kart 8, like you can do the time trials, and that's how you unlock all the stamps. And it's sort of like their achievement system. You know? Are they going to stick with that as the achievement system? Will there be an achievement system for this new hardware? We don't know. I'm hopeful for it. I actually really like the Miis. I think they're really cool. I think it's a great way to Nintendo kind of create this virtual avatar for you, like especially with My Nintendo, the new account system.
Especially having all those Nintendo points as well, and just keeping your Nintendo ID and just like linking that all, just keeping everything tightly knit between your 3DS, your previous system, and of course your Miiverse.
I'm actually hopeful for My Nintendo. I know it hasn't been too great in terms of like comparing it to Club Nintendo because there's like a lot of really awesome physical rewards, but I'm hoping that through the My Nintendo Link system, they'll be like, oh wait, this guy's bought Mario Kart 8, he's bought Splatoon, he's bought Smash, we'll give him a discount on the Switch port.
Maybe that's how they actually, predict or, figure out what you're getting with your Switch console.
Exactly.
They're like, this guy has
all this stuff.
and that's where they actually bring in a new level of like My Nintendo. Real quick, let's talk about third party, because there's a lot of rumors flying around that Ubisoft is in the mix, Bethesda's in there. What can we predict, or what do we want to see with the Switch? Because I think honestly, there's a little bit of a new game plan here. Trying to, in a bigger way, work with these third parties.
Yeah, we did see the splash screen of all the logos of all the companies that they're pretty much in talks with for developing stuff for this new console. With the compatibility with the Unity engine, I think that's a big step up right there for Nintendo. Porting software to 3DS and the Wii U has always been really difficult. So with the Switch, I think it's kind of a whole new game. We're seeing big players like Capcom and Ubisoft, of course, working with Nintendo, so that's pretty exciting. Will we get Marvel vs. Capcom? I'm not sure.
There's Resident Evil Revelations.
Yes.
That's a huge Capcom. Like, it's not new for these companies to be on Nintendo system. We've seen Rayman. We've seen Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
So I hope that Switch kind of like amps up these kind of games that would make or break you going, I'm not gonna get a Wii U, I'm just gonna stick with my Xbox or my PlayStation 4. Maybe the Switch is gonna be a game changer.
Game changer, I like it. Well, I think it's just really it's down to the hardware. Is it strong enough to power these games? And it's also down to the ease for the developer to port these games, right? So we're gonna learn, I'm almost sure of it, everything like that on January 12th. However, I'm 100% sure that we're gonna get some Ubisoft support. We've seen it in the past with Rabbids at launch, Just Dance, Rayman, like you said, Assassin's Creed. Ubisoft has been a strong supporter of Nintendo in general. I think part of that is because of the Just Dance success on the platform. I'm gonna think we're gonna see some Ubisoft showing maybe on January 12th, at least during the launch.
So January 12th, our predictions and what we want to see on the Nintendo Switch. Let's run through it.
So I'm gonna list some Nintendo properties, you know, maybe a game or just an IP in general, and we're both gonna say yes or no, whether or not we really think it's gonna be a Nintendo launch game, okay? So number one, Super Mario X, you know, whatever that new game is it at launch?
Super Mario NX. I say no.
You say no.
Maybe we'll see like it's definitely in development. Look forward to it in late spring.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes. Just for the sake of it, I'm gonna say yes. I think that's probably a game they just have had under wraps for a really long time. They might have had it in development for Wii U, but I'm gonna say yes.
Galaxy 3?
No, I think it's something different. I think it's like a Sunshine or something. Next up, Splatoon. You know,
yes.
I think so too. I mean, that community is still pretty much thriving. There's a lot of people still playing the game. The Splatfest ran for a really long time, and they definitely want to support that community while they can.
I think it's a great opportunity for new Splatfest. You saw what they did, like, all right, no more updates, and then they came back and did more. I can see them doing more updates, especially this time when it was quiet, that they can just bring all this new stuff to the Switch that actually has, you know, increased hardware compared to Wii U.
Okay, Mario Kart 8 or whatever version it is. Mario Kart.
Double Dash, correct, yes.
So you think we're gonna get the GameCube Virtual Console Mario Kart, but you don't think we're gonna get a Mario Kart 8 version?
Maybe it's an HD remake. It's a Double Dash, Mario Kart 8 Double Dash, where you can hold 2 items. They're going back to 2 items. They know it's superior, and they're like, why did we stray away from this?
Okay.
We need 2 characters in the car.
So is there gonna be a Mario Kart game at
Sure.
launch? You think so?
Yes.
I actually do not think so. I think they're gonna probably hold that for a holiday title or for 2018.
That late?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, if there's that many changes, if it's a Mario Kart 8 port, then I think it's a holiday title. Super Smash Brothers. You know, the fourth one was called Super Smash Bros. Wii U and Super Smash Bros. 3DS. So do they just say Super Smash Bros. Switch?
Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U 3DS on Nintendo Switch. But here's actually my question. You have the GameCube, right, with the most amazing controller, and it survived through the Wii for Smash and the Wii U for Smash. Is the GameCube controller going to be 4 consoles strong? Is it going to come to the NX in some way? Like, you connect it to the Switch. There's a Switch for the Switch.
There could be. I think that there were some rumors about Joy-Cons being, basically take the GameCube controller, cut it in half, and having those as Joy-Cons.
So it feels the same?
There's rumors.
What if, now hear me out, it's the launch title, Super Smash Bros. Switch, and the only difference is that it's pretty much Smash 4, but they added Corneria, finally. Because it's not in the Wii U version.
That's literally what they should do. They just take everything from 3DS, everything from the Wii U, and all the DLC, and then just put it all together.
Yeah, that's the Switch bundle.
And,
so, yes.
And then have Sakurai as a playable character.
Yes, and Goku.
That's the end of January 12th event, just
yeah.
And then Sakurai.
Yeah, and he's just...
Yeah. Okay, the big one. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Is it at launch or not?
Yes. I'll go with a yes.
As much as I'd like to say yes, I'm not so sure. I mean...
Yes, only at Nintendo New York.
That's what I was gonna say. Like maybe in certain territories it's a launch title. You know what I mean? There might be some curveball there because localization, right, takes a long time with all the different countries, with all the translations.
Yeah,
and stuff
getting
like that.
all of Link's lines.
Yeah, he's got so many words to say. So many words to say. But so that's one thing. And I think it might launch in certain territories, but I think it's an early summer title.
Early summer title, release first in Hyrule, then in America.
All right, so and then any other left field stuff? Are we gonna see a Star Fox? Are we gonna see a Metroid? Any last minute things that you're thinking about?
Banjo 3.
No, we're not gonna see that. We're not gonna see that. I think we might get a Metroid announcement, a Metroid teaser. I think we're gonna see something teased that they're working on, but I don't think we're gonna get any other launch titles out of everything we've talked about outside of that. You know, that's a lot that we have to offer right now, especially if we're talking about the Virtual Console library that we were mentioning. Outside of that, you know, the third-party support, Skyrim, I can see that being a launch title.
What about F-Zero? What about this whole time they were working on a new F-Zero?
I'm not sure about that. Last but not least, I really think we are going to get a Ubisoft game at launch. Whether that's a Rayman game, Just Dance, or a Rabbids game of some form, I think there's going to be some Ubisoft support there. Maybe it's Assassin's Creed, I'm not sure. But I feel like there's going to be something there. But outside of that, I can't think of anything else that might be on the launch.
So when you talk about launch, you mentioned how, some things you couldn't see because too many titles, especially Nintendo IPs, close together. You said Mario Kart would be pushed to even early 2018. I think with the Switch and the announcement of all third party, that they're gonna actually have a bunch of stuff to launch in between.
Yes.
I'm just thinking about all the Nintendo New York release dates.
Yes.
And they're kind of like scattered.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that this will be an opportunity to actually fill them with, either virtual consoles or previous games that now the NX can support.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think the first year is definitely kind of a make or break for the console. I mean, even the second year is really, really, really crucial. So I think they're going to go really strong into the holiday season with their lineup, and I think they're going to come out with a couple directs in between to really showcase what they're going to be putting out in 2018, because they really got to sell some consoles. They really do.
Thank you so much for watching here on the Leaderboard, our predictions for the Switch lineup. Check back on January 12th. We'll talk about what actually is going to be launching. And let us know in the comments what you guys think.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what your predictions are. I mean, is there anything we missed? Any games that we weren't talking about that you really think are going to make it on that launch lineup? Well, guess what? We're going to find out in just a week. So looking forward to that announcement. And make sure you subscribe to catch our next video.
Keep it here to the Leaderboard, where we help you game smarter. Bye.